Good morning, guys. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So, from today, I'm going to be talking about one of the hottest technology that is called, cloud technologies. So, either you can learn Azure or Google platform, Google Cloud, that is GCP, or you can learn AWS, Amazon Web Services. All of them are comes under cloud technologies or cloud platforms, right? So if you wanted to learn only Azure Data Factory, it will take 30 hours of training, not even 30 hours, even 25 to 26, 27 hours is enough to learn Azure Data Factory. But you need to know what is a cloud, and before that, you need to know what is Azure, and what are the prerequisites you need to have if you wanted to learn Azure or Data Factory? What is that you need to know? That is also you have to know clearly. Or if you wanted to uh, learn what is called as a data engineering role. So many people are talking about a data scientist, data engineering, data analyst. Lot of data oriented technologies are nowadays we have it in the market. So what is that you need to know to become a data scientist, or what is that you need to know to become a data engineer? What is that you need to know to become a data analyst? So different roles we have. All these things we're going to be understanding clearly. And today and tomorrow also we have the demo. So same meeting ID, same time. We're also having tomorrow the final demo. So I'll be able to talk about all of them one by one. Clear? If you wanted to work towards a data, forget about data engineering role, data analyst role, or data scientist role. If you wanted to work in the IT industry, or if you wanted to work towards IT, compulsorily you have to have a prerequisite tool, that is what is called SQL. So this is the prerequisite for each and everything that you have to know clearly. SQL you have to know. Without SQL, you cannot become a data engineer, you cannot become a data analyst, you cannot become a data scientist also, because IT industry is going to be doing two activities, right? What are the activities IT industry is going to be doing? I stands for the information technology, right? It is going to be working with the information. Information means what? Information can be derived with the data. So IT industry is going to be first dealing with the data, or it is going to be storing the data. The second one, it is going to be processing the data. Remember that. So IT industry is only dealing with data and data and data. When you work with a Google, when you work with Microsoft, or when you learn Android, Java, C, C++, .NET, data engineering, data scientist, only two activities IT industry is going to be doing. Either it is going to be storing the data, or it is going to be processing your data. Clear? If you wanted to know how to store the data, that is where you need to learn a technology called SQL technology. It is also called as a database management system, DBMS, or people will be calling this as a databases, or some of the people are going to be calling this as a RDBMS. Clear? RDBMS means relational database management systems. People are talking about it. Clear? So IT industry is going to be, when 1920 Charles Babbage invented a computer. After that, in 1940, we got a language called A. Then 1950, we got a language called B. In 1960, we got a language called C. Any language can process the data. So first they have implemented how to process the data till 1960. If you give 10 and 20, IT industry does not know how to store the data. IT industry knows how to get the total. Total is 30. Or what is the minimum? Minimum is 10. What is the maximum? Maximum is 20. I wanted to sort the data alphabetical, ascending, descending. All the data processing was invented in the IT industry first. They don't know how to store the data. Slowly, IT engineers. So during that time, lot of scientists from IBM, lot of scientists from Bell Laboratories, they were able to invent a lot of languages to only process the data. Process means I wanted to do the summing operations on the data. I wanted to perform minimum, maximum, count, average, or I would like to sort the data. I would like to group the data. I would like to merge the data. I would like to do some kind of actions on the data. So you had a language C, and after that in 70s we got C++. Then after that we in 80s we got some Java, and after that 90s we had a language called Python. Python is not a today's language, 90s language. So completely languages are used to process your data. Okay. But in 1960s, 70s, when they had a lot of languages, IT industry thought about, okay, I have a language to process the data, but how do I store the data? In 1970s only, there is a company called IBM company. They targeted towards how do I store large amount of data. Okay, if I supply the data, my language is processing the data, that is fine, but how do I store the data? Is there any software or is there any specific tool available? There is no tool available at that time. So 1917's IBM company given a beautiful concept and tool called SQL to the entire world. Structured query language, which is a concept or a software, or you can say which is a data storing technology, got evolved into the market, and it is a super duper powerful tool. Even today 2024 we are talking about, lot of languages are getting changed. C got, after that C had an issue, then C++ came, and C++ got an issue, then Java is there, then Python is there, then this is there, that is there. Lot of things have been evolved because a lot of things were missing in C language. If you have something problem, then only one more guy is going to come and is going to be resolving the issue. If you have everything, then why is that one more guy has to come and do? Because C has a lot of issues, then C++ came in like that. If you wanted to store the data, IBM company released a white paper in 1970s called SQL, or it is also called as a database management system, or it is also called as a relational database management system got released, and it has solved the data storing issues. Clear? So IT industry can use a language to process your data. IT industry is going to be using a technology, or you can say a software to store the data. If you wanted to learn anything, if you wanted to become a data engineer, data scientist, or you wanted to learn Java, .NET, Python, anything you wanted to learn, C++, Android, anything you wanted to learn, the prerequisite is that you need to know SQL very well. It is also called as SQL, but you will be pronouncing as a SQL like this. Okay, there is no spelling like this, but people will be calling this as a SQL or SQL, structured query language. So using this language, a lot of tools have been emerged into the market. Clear? So a lot of softwares been emerged. So what are the popular SQL softwares? So the popular SQL software is called Oracle. Clear? Then Microsoft SQL Server. So these are the basics that you have to know. DBM companies database 2000. Then we had MySQL. Then we had Teradata. So like that, lot of SQL softwares are released. Or we have Netezza. Clear? Netezza. So this is from IBM company. And this is also from IBM company. IBM actually invented SQL. SQL means structured query language. When you learn Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, MySQL, Teradata, Netezza, that means you are learning SQL only. SQL means database. Database means what? No? RDBMS. So it will tell you how to store the data, how to deal with large amount of data, how to deal with the structured data and everything. So compulsorily, if you wanted to become a data engineer, or if you wanted to become a if you wanted to become a data analyst, or Java developer, Power BI developer, or you wanted to come into IT industry, first you have to know SQL. Clear? So we are going to be giving you 45 days videos we have available. Live classes is also started, I think. So one more trainer called Arun is going to be taking SQL classes, SQL basics. I think 30, 40 days classes is going to be taking. If you wanted to enroll for that, you can enroll parallelly. You have to learn, Azure courses as well as the SQL. Without SQL, it will be difficult for you to get into either Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Engineer, or data scientist, anything you wanted to learn. So anything you wanted to learn, you need to know in depth of SQL, not basics of SQL. Many people come and tell me, sir, my friend taught me some basic SQL. My brother told me basic SQL. I have learned from Udemy courses. All the basic SQL is not enough. You have to go at least 1.5 months of training. So I have recorded my classes in SQL. You can also buy those recorded videos, and you need to learn. So since we are using Microsoft technologies, I have conducted all the SQL using SQL Server software, which is a Microsoft software. So I will give you the software you need to install in your laptop and try to buy these videos and practice them. So this is the one of the prerequisite if you wanted to get into data factory or a data engineer. It will talk about how to store the data, how to retrieve the data. That's it. I have a lot of gold. How do you store the gold? Gold bank. I have a lot of data. How do you store the data? It is called data bank. Data bank is called a database. So Oracle is a bigger database. SQL Server is a one more company's database. DB2 from IBM company. You can learn anything inside that. You will be able to learn a language called SQL language. Oracle is a SQL software. SQL means which is going to be storing the data, retrieving the data. But to store the data, retrieve the data, you are going to be giving some commands. Those commands are called as SQL commands, structured query language commands. End of the day, with the help of Oracle and SQL, you will be able to store the data, retrieve the data with the help of SQL Server. And inside that also, we're going to be using a language called SQL. We will be able to store the data, retrieve the data. So this is what is compulsory that you have to know. Clear? If you wanted to become a data engineer, data analyst, the prerequisite is this one. So now I'm going to be talking about if you wanted to become a data engineer. So what is the roadmap, right? So data factory also will be part of that only. We'll talk about what is a data factory in tomorrow's session clearly. But today let us understand all the basics. What is a cloud? What is the data engineer? What is the prerequisite that you need to know? All of them will be able to talk about today, and will be able to go to the data factory and remaining topics later one by one slowly. Clear? So now, what is a roadmap if you would like to become a data engineer? So you need to know Azure Data Factory. This will be for 25 days that you have to know. And you have to know Azure Databricks. What is a Databricks? What is a data factory? We will be able to know it later. So this will be for 25 classes, 25 days. and this will be for another 25 days, approximately 50 days or 2 months. And after that, you're going to be having Azure Synapse Analytics. So once you store the data, you will be able to perform, what do you say? You're going to be performing a data analyst role. What is a data analyst? Also, I'll be able to talk about it. And in Azure, we have a Synapse. And if you wanted to store the data, we have Azure Data Lake, Blob Storage. And if you wanted to deal with a large amount of data, PySpark, then Scale, Spark SQL, CI/CD. This is nothing but your DevOps concept. All these things you have to know, and Azure SQL, or at least a normal SQL, when you know, you will be able to understand Azure SQL. So if you wanted to become a data engineer, you have to know all these things. It will take minimum 2 months to complete this course. Clear? So all of them we are going to be covering. So in our data factory means, if you wanted to become a data factory engineer, you need to learn only this and switch off. But if you wanted to become a data engineering role means, you have to know the basics of SQL. So that is what you need to know. So that if you know SQL, you can learn Azure SQL also. Then second, you have to understand what is a cloud first. What is a cloud means, I'm going to be explaining today what is a cloud and everything. As part of cloud, you can learn Azure, you can learn AWS, Amazon Web Services, or you can also learn GCP. Clear? Azure is a platform, or Azure is a one big super mall. So Azure has a 200 applications. Remember how many applications you have in Azure? Azure is not a single, does not have any single application. It has a 200 plus application. One of the application is a data factory. One more application is called a Databricks. One more application called Azure Synapses. One more application is called a Data Lake. One more application is called a Blob. One more application is called a Spark. One more application is called SQL. One more application is called a DevOps. Like that, Azure is a platform. If you go to mall, you have a lot of stores. You have a cloth store, you have a hotel, you have a medical shop, you have a hospital. So a lot of things are available in the mall, right? Whatever you wanted to use, you can use. You need not install the software, because which is a cloud-based technology. When you go to Azure, Azure will give you a lot of tools. So what are the softwares that you wanted to use? What are the application you wanted to use? There are basically two kinds of application IT industry is going to be dealing with. That is what I told you. If you wanted to get into IT industry is going to store your data. That is, a data storage is one thing IT industry is going to be doing. The second thing, IT industry is going to be processing your data, nothing else. You take SAP, you take Java, you take .NET, you take Microsoft, you take Google, you take AI, you take BI, you take anything. End of the day, IT industry is going to be doing two things only. One is storing the data, processing the data. If you go to Azure or AWS or Google Cloud, so what is the cloud? I will talk about it. What are the major things these technologies should do? Only two things. Okay. So 200 applications have been divided into only data storage and data processing. Processing is nothing but a computing. That's it. Clear? In Azure also, what you do? Either you store the data. If you store the data, normally we use SQL. In Azure, we are going to be using Azure SQL. That's it. Clear? Again, computing the data. For the computing means processing the data. Processing means you may use a .NET, Java, Python, blah, blah, blah. So Azure has a 200 plus applications. Inside that, what you do, the majorly, you're going to be dividing these 200 applications into two categories. One is called storage. Data storage is one part of the application, one part of the thing that you're going to be learning. Second one is called data computing, means data processing. Clear? Even though you go to AWS, what you do? You go to the data storage, or you go to the data computing. If you go to GCP or anywhere, you will be able to work with the data storage or data computing. Data computing, where you have artificial intelligence, AI, and you have a data analyst role. A lot of things are going to be coming. We will be able to discuss all these things one by one. So if you want to become a data engineer, so these are the things that you have to know clearly. Okay. So let me tell you the roadmap clearly. So what is that I told you? These are the things that you need to learn. But in broadly, you can say like that. SQL you need to know. And one more, cloud. I'm talking about Azure. You have to know clearly. In Azure, you will be able to learn all these things one by one. So you have some 5 to 6 tools that you need to know in Azure. So all of them you need to know. And after that, you need to know data warehousing technologies. You have to know that I'm going to be concentrating. I'm going to be giving you a free classes on the data warehouse. You don't worry about it. What is a data warehouse and how to deal with the data warehouse and how to store with the data warehouse and how do you create a cloud data warehouse and store the data. So this will be some 7 hours of classes you have to know clearly. Then you have to know what is a big data. Clear? So you have to know what is a data we know. So data can be stored in SQL, but what is a big data? So you have to know inside big data, you will be able to understand what is a Spark, what is a MapReduce, what is Scala. All of them we are going to be learning. If you wanted to deal with the big data, and if you wanted to process, then one more language you need to know, Python. Clear? So Python is a language introduced in 1990s, which is very, very easy when you compare with C, C++, Java, .NET today. So why Python became so popular today? Because it is very easy. Any non-technical people can understand very, very easily. If you wanted to, okay, if you wanted to become a data engineer, so these are the tools that you're going to be learning next 2 months. Clear? You need to know SQL. If you know SQL, that means you know Azure SQL. Then Azure, we're going to be learning data factory, Databricks, Synapses, blah blah blah. So again, one is the data storing we're going to be concentrating on. Then that's next one is computing. Okay, with the help of a computing, we will be able to perform. So data factory, it is nothing but a ETL software that we're going to be learning. So Azure, we're going to be learning blah blah blah. At least you have to know ETL concepts also. So anyhow, data factory, you're going to be learning ETL concepts are going to be coming. You're going to be learning extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. Data warehousing, you need to know. We will be able to tell you what is data warehousing. Don't worry about it. So we are not going to be dealing with only GBs of data or terabytes of data. So data warehousing can deal with the terabytes of data. If you're dealing with petabyte of data, zettabyte of data, normal data warehousing SQL is going to be failing. We need to understand what is the big data concept. That is what is called petabyte of data, zettabyte of data. I'm going to be storing and I'm going to be dealing with this. So you have to understand big data. So broadly, all these things you need to know clearly. SQL you need to know. You have to know big data concepts. You need to know, because not only small amount of data we're going to be dealing. Inside big data, you have a Spark and Scala is going to be coming, that you need to know. Then you need to know one cloud technology, either Google Cloud, or you can have AWS, or you can have Azure. Some technologies you're going to be learning. Then you need to learn one ETL tool. So data factory, we're going to be learning here. And a data warehousing technologies we need to know, and one language you need to know, that is Python. Clear? So these are the things that you're going to be learning in this module. In the data factory, we're only targeting towards Azure Data Factory for 30 days. If you wanted to become a data engineer, all these things we have to know. So after Data Factory, I will be able to take live classes on the Databricks. But Synopsys, I'm not conducting live classes. we have one more faculty videos are available. I think some 5 to 10 hours of videos are available that I will be able to give you. All these things I will be able to conduct. Clear? And even big data concepts also I will be able to conduct. Cloud is also I will be able to conduct. ETL also I will be able to conduct. And data warehousing videos will be given. And Python, I'm not going to be teaching lively. You can join my live batch, or you can buy the videos and practice for the Python classes. We don't have, I'm not taking Python classes, because Python will take minimum 1.5 months to complete it, right? So after data factory, you can learn Python. After the Python, you will be able to start with the Databricks, and all of them, data lake and everything will get covered as part of the data factory. PySpark, Scala, all of them will get completed with new Databricks, and even these two also will get completed in your data factory itself. Clear? So SQL, I'm not going to be taking any classes now. So I am assuming that you know SQL. So I am assuming that you should know Python. If you don't know SQL, you need to buy videos and practice parallelly. Daily you attend one data factory 1 month, you will be able to get this. So you can buy the videos and practice them. And if you don't know Python, that is also, we can start either in this month, next month, that you can take and complete Python. So data, bricks, I'm going to be covering live classes, or if you don't have time, you can also buy the videos and practice. And Synapses, I'm not going to be covering live classes, but we have recorded videos that I will give you. Everything, live classes will be there. All these things will be live classes. And even big data concepts also I'm going to be taking, live as part of Databricks. It's going to be coming. So cloud and everything, it is going to be coming. So this is a prerequisite, minimum 3 months it's going to be taking. Okay. What is the time it is going to be taking? Minimum 3 months to complete. If you wanted to become a data engineer, so this is what you have to know. Clear? Sir, I don't want to become a data engineer. I want to simply become a data analyst. I don't want to become a data engineer. I wanted to become a data analyst. We are starting new batch on Power BI from May 1st, morning 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. It is going to be there. Inside that, we have a SQL. We are going to be having data warehousing is common. We are going to be having ETL, and we are going to be having Power BI. So this is what is the prerequisite for the data analyst. So it will be again 3 months course that you need to have. This is for the data analyst role. Clear? If you wanted to become a data engineering role, as I told you, SQL is there, data warehousing is there, ETL is there, right? We don't have the Power BI is not going to come. Azure we are going to be having. Inside that we have Azure Data Factory will come, Azure Databricks will come. You will get the synopsis, plus you should know Python, and extra you have to know big data and the Spark concept you have to know. This is what is called data engineering. This is also 3 months course. Clear? If you wanted to become a data scientist or AI and ML, everything you need to know. So including Python and everything, plus you have to attend AI and ML. This will be at least a 12-month course that you need to undergo. Clear? All of them you need to know at least basics, and SQL is mandatory. Data warehousing, at least basics. ETL you have to know. Python is mandatory here. Python language you need to know. Plus you have to learn AI and ML, and a little bit of statistics and little bit of maths you have to know. Then you will become data scientist. Clear? So this will be at least 1.5 year course. It is, you cannot complete within 3 months or 6 months. You can complete within 3 months. So this can also be completed within 3 months. When you start May 1st, May, June, July, it will get completed. So in data engineering role, you will be able to learn all of them. Cloud, you will be able to learn, and the Python, you will be able to learn. Big data, Spark, Scala concept, you're going to be learning. And cloud technologies like ADF, ADB, Synapses, these are the basic concept that we are going to be learning. Clear? So this is what is the Azure data engineering and Azure data and normal data analyst and a data scientist role I'm talking about. Are you clear? If you have any question, you can just start with me. I will be able to answer. Guys, are you clear or not? Okay. Now, I wanted to tell you what is on premises and what is cloud. So that is what is the next agenda. So before going further, I'm giving you this URL in the chart window. Please try to fill this form. I will be able to give you this. In that, you need to mention your email address, full name with the surname, location, mobile number, and click on subscribe. So what is the reason? One is that daily recorded videos we're going to be giving. So that will be given to you. The second one, you will be able to get some discounts on the fees. Okay. People who are attending, they will be able to get the discounts. So I have given you the form. I will just wait. Please fill the form and complete it so that we'll continue with some more theoretical theories. Okay, guys, I will just mute and wait for 2 seconds. I'll pause the recording also. Okay, guys, everybody is fill the form. Let us understand what is a cloud and what is on premises now. Okay, I will give you simple case study so that you will be able to easily understand what is on premises and what is cloud. I will give you simple case study so that any non-technical people also can understand. So if you wanted to learn a data factory or Azure data factory or anything, so what is the prerequisite I told you? A prerequisite is called SQL. So if you don't know SQL, if you're coming from a non-IT background, you have to buy MySQL videos and practice. So daily one video you need to watch, and next day in the ADF class you will be able to ask me the question. This you need to do it parallelly. You have to buy these videos in practice, and 45 hours of videos I have given based on the SQL Server, that is a Microsoft software. Clear? So that's it. Apart from that, you don't need anything. Anybody can start Azure Data Factory. Okay, so that is the prerequisite, nothing else. Now, if you wanted to understand a cloud, you have to know what is on premises first. I will take simple car example. I wanted to buy a car. Okay, I have decided that I need to buy a Ford car, and I have inquired in Hyderabad lot of showrooms. They told me, sir, it will be costing you INR 10 lakhs. Okay, Indian rupees 10 lakhs. Now I have approximately some 2 lakhs rupees that I have arranged cash, and remaining 8 lakhs I'm going for a loan. Okay, that means I need to prepare for the large amount of the cash or the loan. Otherwise, I will not be able to buy the car, but I'm ready for that. Okay, I'm able to pay the amount, I'm able to get the car. Now, once I get the car, what about the daily fuel? So if I'm using the car, means without petrol, it is not going to work. Fuel charges I need to bear. Who's going to be daily cleaning work? Who's going to be doing? So definitely you need to clean the car. So what about insurance for the car? Every annum you will be able to pay the insurance 20-30,000 rupees per annum you need to pay. And yearly maintenance and monthly maintenance. If you wanted to go in for the service, clear? So minimum 10,000 rupees per annum it is going to be costing. The maintenance also I have to plan, right? So otherwise it is not going to work every year. If there is a problem, there is a dental, if there is an accident or the car is down, I know it is a painting, denting, dental work, denting work, and painting work. If there is an accident, everything I need to take care. If I don't know the driving, if I appointment a driver salary, I need to have it, right? So everything you have to manage. Clear. So buying a car is very, very easy, but maintaining and everything will be very, very difficult. And even buying the car, you need to have a large amount of cash or in loan to be sanctioned. Then only you can plan for the car. But one intelligent guy did not buy the car. Now what he has done is installed Ola application. Some of the people have installed both applications. He has gone to the Ola and he has taken the rental car there. Or you can go to Ola or Uber. You can also take the rental car. Now you tell me, what is the advantage? You need not have a large amount of money. First point, that is advantage. What about the fuel? Fuel, you need not worry about it. The Ola or the Uber driver will be taking care. What about the driver salary? You need not worry about it. Everything will be bear by the driver only, right? What about the denting work, painting work, or the maintenance of the car? What about the insurance? What about the cleaning and readiness of the car? Everything Ola and Uber will be taking care. You need not worry about how much amount you need to pay. Pay as you use. Clear? If you use it for 10 kilometers, 300 rupees you need to pay. If you use it for outstation, you may pay 1,000, 2,000 rupees. But when you compare with this, when you compare with own car, on premises car, so buy a car means I am talking about this is own car. Okay, own car is called as a on premises car. Clear? So on premises means your own cars. Own cars are costly and which are not maintenance free. Insurance, everything you need to have it. Lot of risk is there. Many people are worried today. They don't want to waste the time. Instead of that, they wanted to go in for the rental cars instead of maintaining own cars, because it is, what is the advantage? Advantage, only one advantage. Whenever I get it, I can get it. So it is cheaper or inexpensive, and a 24/7 it is available to me, and no risk is attached. This is the biggest advantage, right? If there is an accident of the car, if you are safe, you simply walk out of the car. Remaining things will be taken care by the Ola and Uber. No risk is attached, because you're not driving, you need not have the driving license. If you're safe in the car means you can come out and walk away. Nobody is going to be questioning. Everything will be questioned to Ola and Uber. So no risk is attached to this. So now let us go back and understand. Okay, I'm the owner. I'm the guy. I wanted to maintain the car. Now let us come to a company called State Bank of India. Or let us talk about ICICI Bank. Or let us talk about Walmart company, right? So or Phone Pay company. You have a lot of companies today. They're running their business, right? Walmart company or any company, you take it. Now, if they wanted to run the business today without a software, no company is going to run. No pharma company, no airport, nothing is there. Everybody has to use the software. But if they wanted to use the software, they need to arrange a lot of servers, right? So the biggest problem with these companies now, olden days I'm talking about, they need to buy bigger hardware. Think about State Bank of India. You know how many customers are going to be transacting regularly basis, billions of transactions. In Phone Pay, you know what is the monthly transactions in the Phone Pay? Phone Pay is announced 1 month back. I have read 7.3 billion transactions. Billion means what? 1 billion is equivalent to 100 crores. Clear? We are talking about 7.3 billion. So 730 crore transactions per month. See what kind of a hardware the PhonePe company has to has it, what kind of a software they need to buy it, what kind of a router, networking, a computing capacity, storing capacity, what kind of a data engineers, software engineers they need to have. You'll go mad. I'm talking about 1 month data. I'm talking about PhonePe started at least 5-6 years back, like that State Bank of India data, ICICI Bank data, Walmart data. Do you think that it will be there in some hundreds and 200 GBs? No, no, no. It will be zettabyte, petabyte. You cannot think of the size of the data, large amount of data. If you wanted to store, end of the day, two things: store the data, process the data, right? So 20 years back, companies are buying bigger hardware. Not only one machine, they need to buy 100 hardwares. Okay. If you buy hardware, is it enough? No, 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 no. You have to buy software also. Buy operating system, buy antivirus, buy .NET, Java software, this software, that software, SQL software, Oracle software. Okay, if you buy software, is it enough? Somebody has to be there. So you need to have recruit IT engineers, right? You have to recruit IT people, software guy, hardware guy. You need to buy a lot of networking engineers. You need to have networking routers. You need to buy wires. You need to buy, and you need to have one bigger office. You need to take for the rental, or you need to have own premises. Then you need to configure all the servers. You have to install all of them. You need to run them. So 24/7 you have to run, means 24/7 you need to have the power supply. Now, for 24/7 power supply, you cannot depend on only government power supply. You have to make a generate. You need to have the generators. To maintain the generators, you need to have the mechanical engineers need to be recruited. Clear? Mechanical engineers, then lot of engineering stuff. After that, you need to have a lot of furniture. It will be big headache for them to maintain this big circus. Okay, you have bought some 100 servers. Very good. 100 servers, you have bought it. Now, whatever be the reason, you wanted to increase 50 more servers. So immediately you have to again buy and configure. So unfortunately, you lost the business. Now you need only 60 servers. What about remaining, servers? You bought 100 servers. After that, you bought 50 servers. Now businesses came down. You don't need those many servers. So this is what is called scaling up and scaling down. Clear? You don't know what to do the second handle servers. Even though you sell it off, nobody is buying you and giving you. And if you keep, you don't get any money. And each server is not a small server, very high pay servers. Scaling up, scaling down is the problem. Okay, fine. You are maintaining 100 servers. Everything is fine. You are maintaining everything in Hyderabad. There is a fire accident in that office. So wherever you are maintaining the servers, the fire accident is happened. There is a risk I'm talking about. There is a fire accident, there is a bombing, or there is a fire accident, all the servers are gone. Complete SBI is down, ICICI Bank is down today because nothing is there, everything is down. So if you maintain one copy of the data, that is not enough. You have to maintain 100 servers, store all the data, and you need to maintain 100 more servers elsewhere as a redundancy, duplicate backup. So you need to maintain 100 more servers elsewhere. So this is one more backup, this is one more backup. There is a fire accident here, these servers are ready. If there is a bombing there, at least you need to have one more servers ready. So you need not buy 100 servers, you need to buy 300 servers. Clear? And not only one office you need to maintain 3 to 4 offices. So you have to have the backup also, because if there is a problem in one center, one data center, one office, so you have to be ready with the one more copy. This is what is called high availability. Clear? So all these things are very biggest problem. You need to have lot of cash. You need to have. You need to maintain this. This is called big headache. Clear? Many people thought that I don't want to maintain my own car. I don't want to maintain my own servers. Clear? So that is the reason in 19, not 19. So we have a company called Amazon company. Amazon company created AWS, Amazon Web Services, in 2005. They told, hey guys, don't worry about your hardware, software, infrastructure. You don't buy your own servers. You don't buy own softwares. We will give you rental hardware and rental softwares. You come to us. We will give you rental hardware and software. Tell me how many servers you need. Tell me how many cars you need. Tell me, do you need a four-seater, five-seater, outstation car, or only 1 hour, or whatever it is. Pay as you use. That is the thing that they have given. You need not pay fixed amount. Whatever be the RAM that you're using, based on the whatever be the CPU you have used it. How many people are connecting? So 4 people are using, 6, 7 people are using. Based on that, I will be able to give you rental hardware and software, and these are online web-based technologies. So you will be able to, physically, no softwares are going to be there in your office. We will be able to come and connect it to my cloud application, so that I will give you rental software and hardware. So the company started immediately. Google Cloud is also started. Google Cloud, this is Google company, is also started. I think uh, they have started GCP, Google Cloud Platform, is started in 2008. They also said, why not? Why only Amaze? Even I am going to be giving you this. You come and take the rental platform. Then Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft started a brand called Azure. When 2010, they said, we will also give you rental platform and everything. So number one, it is occupying approximately 32% of the share in the total IT market today. And Microsoft is having 23% of the share, and Google is, having, 9% of the share in the complete Google, complete, cloud market. So cloud means online. So how do I go to azure.com? How do I ask for the service? Simply, you have to go to www.portal.azure.com. That's it. Clear? You will be able to go to portal.azure.com. Like that, we can go to www.gcp.com, www.aws.com. When you go, they will be able to give you list of hardwares. What kind of a hardware you would like to have it? What kind of a software you would like to have it? You wanted to have Java? I will give you. You need a Oracle? I will give you. You need SQL Server to be installed? I will give you. You need data warehousing to be installed? I will install the data warehousing and everything. I will configure and give it to you. Do you need one server, 100 servers? Where do you need the servers? I have a lot of data centers. From which data center you wanted to have. So like that, these people are going to be maintaining physical data centers. So we will be able to go to data centers. So they will tell you, these are the data centers we have all over the world. Clear? Because end of the day, they have to maintain the computers, physical computers. This is what is my data center. So these are the data centers they will be able to maintain throughout the world. Microsoft and Azure data center means collection of hardware, softwares will be there. So inside that they'll give you the configuration of the hardware. Hardware means what? CPU, RAM, and hard disk space to store the data. Then they will give you a lot of applications. You wanted to use ETL, I will give you Data Factory. You wanted to store your data, I will give you SQL. You wanted to perform big data analytics, I will give you Power BI. You wanted to store large amount of data, take Hadoop and take big data Spark Scala. You wanted to run AI and ML, I will give you AI and ML algorithms along with the Python. What you need, you tell me. I will give you each and everything, but every month rental you need to pay me. So these are the servers equipped with what? Lot of data storage, lot of softwares are going to be installed. So you will be able to go to portal.azure.com. Clear? You will be able to go. This is what is called Azure. Clear? Lot of applications are available. So more services are available. This is one application. This is one application. This is one application. We are going to be talking about data factory, which is ETL, right? This is a, if you wanted to store the data, RDBMS is there. Clear? So like that, there are 200 plus applications are available here. What is that you wanted to use? You can have all of them. So the billing and everything also you can see all these things are available here. Okay, you can store the data, you can create you can store your Python, data warehousing, SQL, Java, .NET, Oracle. You can run whatever you wanted to have. You can run AI, even Power BI also they can give it for here. You can run Power BI applications here itself. You can write AI ML itself. You can store the data. You can compute the data like that. 200 applications are going to be given. So what is that you need? I need something. Yeah, take it. So you can store the data in SQL, you can store the data in data warehousing, you can perform the ETL operations, or you would like to perform some X operation, Y operation, Z operation, everything I have one application. If you go to hospital, you have a lot of things. You can go to dental, you can go to lab, you can go to X-ray, you can go to operation. You have everything in the hospital. Based on the usage, bill will be generated for the patient, right? So you think this is one Apollo hospital. Azure is one Apollo hospital. I need X-ray, you can go here. I need one lab test, go here. I need a one dental doctor, you can go here. I would like to go for the eye surgery, you can go here. I need to go for some more things, go here. So billing purpose, you go to Apollo. So billing is also part of Apollo hospital only. Clear? So Azure is a cloud. Cloud means what? Nana? It is a rental platform. Remember, cloud means what? Rental and online. So Ola is a cloud platform. Cloud means what? Cloud means rental. Rental hardware, software shops. That is what you need to understand. Clear? The cloud means you should not understand something else. Instead of having my own car, I wanted to take a rental car, cloud car. Ola is a cloud car. So SQL is on premises SQL. Azure SQL means SQL installed on the rental platform. SQL means what? Now you have installed in your own laptop. Clear? You need to buy laptop. You need to buy SQL software and install it. We are not going to be installing the original softwares. We are going to be using pirated. But companies, they have to maintain original hardware, original software, right? So SQL means on premises. Azure SQL means what, Anna? So you have cloud. So cloud means rental platform. So data warehouse means on premises data warehouse. Cloud data warehouse means rental. You have a Ford car on on premises Ford car. You can go to Ola. You can get the same Ford car there. So it is Ola Ford car. So if somebody tells you cloud, Java means Java you have installed in your computer. Azure Java or AWS Java. What is the meaning? So rental platform hardware and Java is installed in that machine that is given to you. Clear? So everything is available today on premises and everything is available today cloud platform also. You ask something. AI can run on your on-premises servers. AI can also run on your cloud servers like AWS or Google or GCP, or data analytics can be done on the on-premises. Power BI you can install, you can run in your computer, or same Power BI is also installed in your Azure cloud. Clear? So that is what you got to understand. Now you need to know only one thing, that is what is called SQL if you wanted to deal with this. Clear? So based on the services, we will be able to perform this. But what is ADF? Data Factory is one ETL service or ETL application. Clear? So what it is going to be doing? It is going to be getting the data from different places. For example, I have a lot of data. For example, State Bank of India will be coming and they will say, hey Bhaskar, you wanted to perform some data analysis on my data. Or Bhaskar, you wanted to perform some predictions on my data. So they will tell you they have some data. They will tell you they have some data, but on the data, what kind of things I wanted to do? Either you can perform data analytics or you can do some kind of a predictions. Okay. So these two things I wanted to do this. But now State Bank of India tell me, Bhaskar, I don't have the data in a single place. They say, I have some data in Pune. Okay. I have some data in Delhi. Now I have some data in, let us say, Singapore. All the data belong to mine only, but all the data belongs to loans data. But I have a lot of data here. I have a terabytes of data here. I have, let us say, GBs of data here. I am able to get some petabyte of data. Large amount of data is there. I have data is located different places. And here I'm using Java to store this data. Here I'm having an Oracle database to have the data. Here I'm having SAP to have my data. I have the data here. Now what I should do, you have to get all the data from these places, and now you should be able to put the data into one cloud platform or one on-premises platform. That is what is the requirement, because I wanted to analyze the data or I would like to predict the data. Two operations I wanted to do it, Bhaskar. Now I'm going to be giving you this project. So what you do, you have to take one ETL, because you have to go and get the data from the different locations, or could be on-premises data like Java, .NET is installed in the on-premises, or you may have some data in the cloud also. So I will be able to go and get the data from here, get the data from here, get the data from here. So this is where we are going to be using a tool called data factory tool. ETL means what? Extracting the data, transforming the data. So you can use a tool called ADF here. Okay. Before ADF, Microsoft was having a tool called SSIS. Clear? So if you wanted to use SSIS, first you need to buy hardware. Then inside the hardware, you need to buy SSIS software. Then install the SSIS software. Even SSIS also can get the data. Now SSIS software can push the data into the on-premises server only. Okay, you may take some XYZ server, all the data you're going to be getting it from here. You will be able to keep the data into one bigger server. You can say one database and server, some server. I'll talk about what is data warehousing and everything later. You say a large server. Warehouse means a large server where all the data are going to be putting. So you can use SSIS. SSIS started in year 2005. Clear? You can take all the data from here. With the help of the data, you will be able to push all the data here. This was the original story. People were using on this data. We can perform either Power BI reports you can create. So this is what is called data analytics. Data analytics means understanding the past. Clear? You take all State Bank of India data, you will be able to store and combine the data, clean the data, keep it here with the help of a software called SSIS. SQL Server Integration Services was the ETL software, or you can use Informatica. It is also ETL on-premises software. One of the software people can use 10-20 years back, people were getting all the data of State Bank of India, keeping all the data into data warehousing. And data warehousing is a bigger server. As of now, you can think like that, and you should be able to perform data analytics. Or on this data, I wanted to also use AI and ML. I will be able to do what is called as a predictions also. I will be able to do this. So if you wanted to work with a if you wanted to become a Power BI developer also, you should be able to go get the data, clean the data, store the data with the help of SSIS, load the data into data warehouse, and you can create a Power BI reports. So from here to here, whatever you do the circus, this is what is called as a data engineering role. Okay, get the data, clean the data with the help of ETL. So you need to know SQL to get the data and everything. You may have Oracle database here. You need to know SQL, you need to know ETL, and you need to store the data warehousing. So all these things are called data engineering. Clear? Get the data, clean the data, extract the data. Transformation means clean or change the data, load the data. After that, you do kind of a processing. One is called a data analytics. That means understanding the past. So State Bank of India wanted to know what was my profit last 10 years. Year-wise profits I wanted to know against loans which I am giving. So you will be able to get a 10 rows here. So this is a 10 years profits across India. So this is one report you can analyze based on this historical data. You have historical data because last 10, 20 years of data State Bank of India given. So all the data you captured here, you will be able to run this Power BI application. You will be able to get this data, right? So they will be able to ask you, tell me next 5 years, what will be my profits in India? So based on the historical data, I wanted to understand the past. That is what is called data analytics. I wanted to do the future predictions. So how do you do the future predictions? With the help of AI and ML? So in next 5 years, this will be your profits. I can forecast it. Clear? So AI and ML is going to be forecast. It is going to be predicting your system. So these two applications needed the data. So the data may be available in your data warehousing system. As of now, to who's going to be giving the data to the data warehousing system? There is a ETL tool. Earlier days we were using. Clear? So this was a story earlier 10 years back, because in 2005 SSI is there, but cloud is emerged after 2005, 2010, and 10, 11, 12. Last 10, 15 years you have the cloud. But today companies are not using the on-premises data warehousing. They are saying, hey, we wanted to go to data warehouse only, but today data warehouse is not my on-premises data warehouse. Now I have a cloud data warehouse. Now today I want to store my data in the cloud data warehouse. What is the meaning? I would like to create a data warehouse either in the Azure or in the AWS or in the GCP. Clear? The problem with the old tools were, so at that time they don't know what is a cloud. So these tools cannot get the data, cannot load the data to the cloud. So that is the reason ADF is started in 2015. ADF started 2015. Many companies, if they have existing data warehousing, a on-premise data warehouse, you can do this process. So BI and everything is going to be working. But today, 15 onwards, many companies stopped using on-premises. They're simply migrating the data from on-premises to cloud. So they have the databases here. To load the data, SSIS cannot be used, Informatica cannot be used. Then Microsoft said, you need not install everything. Take the data factory, which will go and get the data from here. All the data you will be able to move it to the cloud data warehouse. On the cloud data warehouse, again, you will be able to perform these two operations. Even these two also I will be able to give you inside my Azure only. So once you load the data in the data warehouse, I have Power BI installed in this. I will give you that software. You can analyze the data and create reports. I will also give you AI and ML as part of AI, as part of Azure. You will be able to do the predictions also. Clear? So many companies started dumping the data, migrating the data from data warehousing to cloud data warehouse. So that is the reason SSIS and Informatica is not going to be used. People are using ADF because ADF can connect it to the cloud platforms. But SSIS and Informatica cannot read the data from the cloud platforms, cannot load the data to the cloud platforms because these technologies are built before cloud introduced into the market. Clear? So what is the ADF means? ADF is a cloud application which is a part of Azure. So if you wanted to get the data from anywhere, especially if you wanted to load the data to the cloud, instead of using SSIS, you can go in for ADF ETL, so that you will be able to get the data from anywhere. It could be getting the data from on-premises, or it may be cloud data, or it may be data from any machine. Excel data, SQL data. Excel is on cloud, Excel is on premises. Everything is on cloud. Everything is on premises. Excel may be local computer. Excel, maybe Google Excel is there. That is on-prem, that is cloud Excel, right? So everything is on premises, everything is on cloud. So companies are started using ADF because which is cheaper. ADF you need not install. SSIS you must install, right? So SQL you must install. Azure SQL means you need not install, right? ADF you need not install. Go to simply the portal.azure.com. You will be able to get the data warehousing servers are ready. Then you need to create one database, load all the data here and pay as you use. That is what can happen. So this is what is called a cloud and this is what is called ADF means. So did you understand it clearly? So why many companies are stopped using SSIS? Because nowadays many companies are not storing their data into the on-premises because on-premises is costly. That is the reason, and you need to maintain a lot of things, right? So risk you need to maintain, hardware, software you need to maintain. Scaling up is the issue, scaling down is the issue, risk taking capability, high availability. If there is a bombing, I have to maintain one more 100 servers elsewhere. High availability, one more advantage. Scaling is one more advantage in the cloud servers, and low, amount you need to pay. So how much amount you need to pay for Ola and Uber? 300 rupees, 500 rupees you can use, right? If you're using for a month, 10, 20,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees, you have to make rental amount for the car, right? So like that, it is cheaper. And I'm not maintaining, Microsoft is maintaining my data. So State Bank of India will be very, very happy. I am not maintaining my data. Google is maintaining my data, my applications. Why should I be worried? So PhonePe is not worried. Walmart is not worried. I will take the data from the, you know, Amazon company. I'm going to be taking the servers from the Google company, Azure company. So why Azure is a brand? Azure means Microsoft. Clear? So like that, you should be able to understand. So all the people are going to be migrating their, on-premises servers data application to the cloud. Clear? So remember one thing today, Amazon company you have, right? When you go to Amazon company and you buy a lot of product, that is retail business. So only 20% or the 10% revenue coming from that, remaining 80% Amazon is getting through AWS. Do you know? So Amazon company is not giving a good profit at all. Lot of profit Amazon company is making because of rental hardware, software. So this amount only they're using it in the retail business. If you go to Amazon.com, buy a product, laptops and everything, it is not generating big revenue. This is retail business. This is a rental platform. Clear? Even Microsoft is making lot of money, not because of other things, because of Azure only. Remember that. Satya Nadella came in 10 years back. Azure was not at all performing today. It is generating big revenue for the Microsoft today. Clear? So cloud means you need to understand it is not going to store data in the cloud. Many people think that it is going to be storing the data in the cloud. No, 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 no. Cloud means rental platform. You can access the cloud via web. Web means internet. Internet means cloud. So youtube.com is a cloud application. Gmail.com is a cloud application. So you can access via URL. OTT, it is also a cloud application. Anything which you can access using a URL, that is what is called using internet. That is what is cloud application today, or web application today, or internet application today. Only the name changes, but physically the servers are maintained by bigger companies. Why cloud is become so popular? Cheaper, 24/7, high risk and high availability, no risk at all. Clear? So did you understand clearly, guys? So no risk and high availability, right? Easily scalable. Scalable means I need 100 servers. Tomorrow I need only 50 servers. So you can reduce or increase the number of scalability. So these are the some advantages why cloud has become so popular. Clear? So tomorrow we'll continue further and we will be able to understand. Clear? So Azure is going to be having 200 plus application. One of the application is called ADF. What is the ADF? Which is an ETL tool. ETL means extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data. So tomorrow I'll talk about what is the data warehousing, and tomorrow I'll talk about some more things, and tomorrow I'll talk about a lot of ETL things. Clear? And also we'll see what is a private cloud, what is a public cloud, what is a hybrid, and what is ETL and what is ELT. That is also I'll be able to talk in tomorrow's demo. So tomorrow we'll complete the final demo. Okay, thank you guys. Same time, same meeting ready. We'll connect tomorrow also. Hope you're able to enjoy this demo.